When you think of this race, what's the moment that you think of?
Yeah, those like the nighttime moments.
Yeah.
When it's like just you and your headlamp, you know, on some like I picture like this like single track ridgeline coming up, you know, and it's just you and that moment, and no one else is out there, and like that the empowerment of moving just by your own feet with no like mechanical advantage is like, to me, it's like what it's all about, right? Like no one can ever take that away from you. So there's like those little moments I look for.
Is it quiet?
Super quiet, right?
Out there at night?
Yeah.
Word.
Yeah, running into the finish line.
Yeah?
On my training runs, my last like quarter mile, I'd be running like 5:50 pace, envisioning myself running into the finish.
Heritage Square, right?
Practicing running into Heritage Square.
Nice.
And just as fast as I can, because I want to look good coming to the finish.
Yeah.
That's a goal for my race, look good.
Okay.
Kind of the whole time, I am hoping I'll go for the win. So I kind of had that in the back of my head. That's kind of pushed me for it. So.
Okay.
So it's been pretty good training and feeling pretty directed for 200. So, but I ultimately, you know, like I just come out here and do this kind of stuff to do my best effort. So hopefully I just get out and push myself as well as I can and consistently as I can, and that's kind of like a win for me. It's really nice. I love these things because it's like you just focus on one thing, you know.
Yeah. So what? But that one thing is winning.
No, the one thing's just like consistent movement. It's just kind of like.
Oh, okay.
It's like you've done this type of stuff before. It's like a very therapeutic, like black and white mindset of like, am I gonna do this thing that helps me get to the finish line, or am I gonna like, you know, complain or beat myself up or feel shitty or
doubt.
Yeah, or doubt. So hopefully I'll just kind of be in that, you know, kind of like, oh, I'm doing all the right things to move myself forward, and if I make mistakes, like at least I'm, you know, making them with kind of like an even keel and kind of pushing as well as I can.
This has been like in the making for so long, just this event, that I've kind of lost track of the whole vision, but I mean, just connecting all these towns together is like the coolest part for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Right on.
Yeah. I don't know if that's the answer you're looking for.
Dude, I'm not looking for an answer. I just want to pick your brain. Like, I didn't know if you were like, you know, imagine you like, just like, the thought of like the zoomed out map of being like, there's gonna be hundreds of people running from Prescott to.
This guy knows.
Oh yeah.
I mean, why did we do this?
It's connecting all the awesome spots of Arizona that people never really get a chance to get into, and it's a very different connection than like say the Arizona Trail. So
and like I think some of our favorite. I mean, we have a lot of events that go in these little areas, and it's like connecting them all together.
I mean, my wife only lets me do one race a year.
Okay.
Right? So I did all the other 200s last 3 years. So this is the next one. And hopefully there'll be a Tucson 200 next year.
Yeah.
But this is it. I did the other 3, so I only get one, and I got to sign up for this one.
Why do you want to do this?
You got to be out in nature and immerse yourself in nature, right? You can drive up to the top of Mount Eldon, get out your car, take your Instagram picture, and go home.
You
right?
could, yeah.
But to be out in nature for 4 or 5 days, you immerse yourself in it. You see all the views. It's like a very slow motion movie of scenery.
Yeah.
That's what it's about.
Word, man. That sounds awesome.
That's what it is. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not sure about the scenery here, but that's a surprise too. Right?
Yeah, that's what you'll get to find out.
Right, you get to find out. Around every rock is a new view. So
finish line at first, and then while I'm on the trail, it's just aid station to aid station.
Yeah, but like when you were training and doing everything
for this race, what I was training for, thinking the whole time was my DNF.
Oh yeah?
It sucked, because I tried this last year and I just got real dehydrated. I had blood in my urine, had to drop out, and it was like an obsession now. I'm like, I have to finish this. It's unfortunate we can't do the same trail, but I mean, you know, fires kind of do that, so what are you gonna do? But I was just obsessed about the whole thing. Every time I went training, and especially the days where you're like, you know, I'm just gonna take it easy. Then I start thinking about that DNF and the pain, because it hurt every time I walked. Because I had blood in my ear, and it felt like someone was kicking me in the back.
Oh yeah.
So every time every time I sat down, like, I'll just take it easy today, that would come in my head. It's like, no, because that pain hurt. It sucked. I'm like, that ain't happening again. But it's a lesson. It's a lesson well learned. Never forget it.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, it was terrible. But that's what keeps you motivated when stuff like that happen. You don't want it to happen again. So you're like, I got to make sure I go a little bit harder in training, figure it out so that way that doesn't happen. Because it sucks.
That's one of the best.
But it is what it is. You know, you don't lose, you learn, right?
Yeah.
I did this last year, and I remember sitting at Lane Mountain and being just like destroyed on top. So I just remember that feeling, like sitting in that chair, like what happened. So it was kind of like my lasting like memory. When I finished last year, that was like left a mark.
So you were like, I want to be strong. Like when you were training, you were like, be fucking stronger. Or?
It was more just like, I want another crack at that, see if I can do better. Yeah.
Okay, word.
I just kind of pictured just being just completely done and just pushing through and just 100% just raw. You know, this is the only thing that matters on earth. This is, you know, nothing else. I can't even think of anything else. Just going forward. You know, all emotions are gone. Just...
Last year, so I already had prepared for this moment, you know, but it's just like the challenge of it all, and to you know, conquer a challenge that I feel it's like one of the ultimate ones for me. So it's kind of like checkers is like a regular running, and then this is like the chess of ultra running, you know, where it's a multiple day, a bunch of highs and lows, and that's what I guess got me to sign up again. So yeah.
So was there one moment from the last year that you remembered, like up on some cliff?
Oh, like a
that you were
euphoric
like,
moment or something like that.
Yeah, that you were like,
that
you know what? That
when I was about to finish at like mile 250.
Yeah.
It was just like uncontrollable like happiness that I actually achieved the actual thing, you know. And I was like, oh, I'm only 2 miles away to finish this, and it was just like epic.
Just buzzing a little bit or something?
Just crying. I was crying, bawling, and just alone, you know. There was nobody around, but it was like super happiness, you know. Like the ultimate high, I guess you could get, you know. So that was that.
Kind of a nervous last minute, just like panic buy, because it was on my radar and I've always wanted to do the race. But the big thing was they did the charity bibs this year, and as much as I could have dipped into my savings and pulled $1,500 out, wouldn't have been an issue. I'm not rich by any means. I mean, like, just I could have done it is what I'm saying.
I got you.
But that charity option, I was doing the research, and then I went to do some follow-up research, and there was one bib left, so I panicked. I just did it. And then I said, well, I guess I'm running the Cocodona. And then through that whole journey, raising money for the kids, they're Down syndrome kids that need foster homes. It's through a group called rods.org. Mike McKnight, as you know, low carb runner.
Sure.
He works with an organization, and a buddy of mine, Hector from San Diego, also is working with those kids. So other than that, just deep desire and drive for ultra running, that kind of kept me going.
Just want to have fun for 250 miles, honestly.
Nice.
Today's my birthday, so when I found out it was starting on May 2nd, I was like, I have to run it. Like,
It's just too badass not to.
Yeah. Like, how else
Happy
do you
birthday.
want to spend? Thanks. How else do you want to spend your birthday? Like, obviously running 250 miles.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it breaks me out of my comfort zone, because I'm an East Coast runner. I've not really done anything on the West Coast. Last May, I ran a 888K in Vermont, and it was the inaugural year for this. So I see this happening, and I'm like, all right, after I finish Infinitus, this one's mine. And so then you complete 888K, what's next? Well, what's next is that, like, your perceived limit, can you push by that? And that's what pushed me to do Cocodona, because not only am I an East Coast runner, never done an ultra out on the West, but now, where I want to quit, push past that. And that's what did it for me.
You've got all this energy left in the tank that you didn't use throughout the course because you were preserving it, because your body didn't know whether it would need it or not. And you get to this point, you're cruising down through Buffalo Park, you're cruising down the main street, you're coming in towards Heritage Square, and your body's now giving you access to this energy it put aside for just in case you needed it. And the central governor's opened that up, so you're now hitting 8-minute miles coming down the main street of Flagstaff. And you come into Heritage Square, and when you cross the line and everyone's clapping and someone hands you your 250-mile buckle, you just can't describe it. there's like tears in your eyes and emotion and everything that you held in check and balance for all that miles comes out all at once.
No, I was like, let's do this. I don't know.
Easy money?
Easy money. Yeah. I mean, what else can you get? Like, you're going 5 days doing exactly what I love to do and running in the middle of the most beautiful place on earth, right?
Well, okay, yeah. So recently I met this guy Keith Munch, who does a bunch of air vibe races. He kind of told me some things, like just his perspective on life, that just really solicited like what it takes to kind of keep yourself going through something like this. So like after meeting him and hearing that perspective, yeah, it kind of made me be like, this, you're just gonna do it.
Heck yeah.
So yeah.
So you just want to like.
I'm gonna go real slow to get there.
Yeah, but consistent, like drive right through.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Work.
Relentless forward progress. That's like my favorite thing that everyone says. Like, yeah, just one
Say that
foot in
again?
front of the other. Relentless forward progress. One foot in front of the other.